One thing I did want to ask you though, any
Yeah.
who are some of your influences that influence your sound and what you're trying to go for?
You know what? I'm really influenced by, as far as writing, I'm influenced by like life and experiences and things that I've gone through. As far as singing, I'm influenced by so many things. Like, I grew up, in a household where jazz was the majority of what was played, and
Mm-hmm.
we also were, religious, so we did a lot of church music. And
Mm-hmm.
then, on the school side of things, it was like more so hip hop, and really D'Angelo was like the first time I really wanted to be an artist, like, seeing him and his music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I got a slew of influences, but probably the biggest two would be D'Angelo and Sarah Vaughan.
Mm.
Those are my biggest two influences.
Any dream collaborations that you want in the future or in the immediate future?
Dream collaboration. Um, I would like to do something with Prince.
Oh
I would
wow.
like to do something with Stevie Wonder. I would
Mm.
like to do something with Sade. I would like to do something. Um, yeah, those are my dream collaborations. I would like to do something with Phil Collins. Like,
Wow.
I have so many so many ideas.
Very diverse.
Yeah. Um, so but the thing about it is like my music is diverse. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like I can kind of like easily do those. I can fall into those categories pretty easy. So.
Mm-hmm. Most
Yeah,
definitely.
basically, I want to collaborate with whoever wants to collaborate with me. Like, I want to just do good music. Anybody who's dope, I want to be around that person. I want to do music with them.
Mm-hmm. The last time I had Music Soul Child here on the show, and it's a question I've been bringing up because I feel like it's an important question to bring up, especially in R&B music. Um, it's the conversation about sex in music versus having a real message. And one of the
Yeah.
things that Music Soul Child said, during our interviews, that one of the things that he was bringing with his music was more of a message. What are your thoughts on the idea of sex versus having a message in your music beyond just
Well,
sex?
this is my thing. I mean, at the end of the day, sex is a part of life. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Yeah.
there should be some songs that are about sex. I think that we've gotten to a point where most songs are either something about the club or something about, like, sex. So I think that, there aren't enough songs for people to live their lives to. And that's kind of like what more of us need to start doing, which
Hmm.
is kind of what I think is happening now. There's actually, a wave of a lot of artists who are coming up who are writing songs for you to live your life to. And that's really what I try to do with Shades of Grey. Like, I
Hmm.
have some sex songs on there, but it's also, like, songs you can really live your life to and relate to, and they're about relationships, and it's about living life.
Hmm. Most definitely. And you mentioned that you're on the Fame tour with
Yes.
a bunch of different people. First of all, I already asked you kind of like, has this influenced your music at all? But in regards to your tour grind, how's that influenced? How has that been influenced by this tour?
Well, I've basically been doing shows for my own thing in between this. So
Wow.
I'm out promoting Shades of Grey on days off and flying to the next city to do the rest of the shows with the tour. So, like, I have a show coming up in Atlanta on October 4th, and I think the Fame tour is there October 2nd. Um, and I'm basically, whatever cities I'm in, I'm doing my own show, in
Wow.
addition to the Fame tour. So it's kind of cool because I've been able to navigate both and get everything, going on my end too. So,
You've definitely been on your grind. What kind of advice would you give to some of these up and coming artists that listen to KEMPIRE Radio?
um, you know what? Learn as much as you can. Like, you hear these stories about, like, the Michael Jacksons and the people like that who walk around and talk to the light man and walk around and talk to the sound man and kind of walk around and know every aspect of what they're doing. Like,
Hmm.
I don't think that you can have enough knowledge with this. And it's kind of like a very hands-on experience kind of thing. I think the more you learn,
Hmm.
the better off you'll be. Like, nobody can get you if you know as much as you need to know. I mean, I think a lot of people think you sign a record deal and that's it from there. Well, I can let you know I've signed a couple, and that's not exactly true. So, you have to know what you're getting yourself into, and just be ready for a lot of no's, a lot of rejection, but you just got to believe so much in yourself, beyond anything, and know that this is what you want, and this is who, you are. So, because I really don't feel like, artists and stars are created, they're born, so you just are what you are. It's just a matter of, yourself not letting anybody discourage you or extinguish your light.
Yeah, most definitely. And back to the Fame tour. Any future collaborations with possibly with Chris Brown or Kelly Rowland, maybe?
Possibly. I've been working on a couple things, so I don't want to speak too soon, but yeah, possibly, possibly real soon.
And what is it like touring with those guys? I mean, they're major artists in the game right now.
It's cool. It's really cool. I'm just every night I go out and I watch our show, like from the audience until it's time for us to go up, because it's just a great show. Like, from Tiger all the way down, it's like it's a lot of energy, and the crowds are coming out and just really doing their thing. So it's really cool. Like I'm learning a lot. Chris is a great person to work with. He gives us a lot of freedom. He's really supportive of us doing our own musical thing. So it's cool. It's not many times you have a boss who's like, yo, let me download your mixtape. What's the link for it or whatever. So it's cool. It's real cool.
And speaking of your mixtape, again, I want to remind everyone that it is available if they go to jaidenmusic.com, right?
Yeah, jaidenmusic.com. That's where you can get the mixtape from. I'm sure probably they've all been to bt.com/Music Matters. That's, where you can see my performance on 106 in Park and see some other interviews and footage and stuff. And, of course, Twitter, @Jaiden The Cure.
Well, shout out to you, Jaiden, because like I said, I've fallen in love with, first of all, your music and the voice. Shades of Grey is definitely on replay right now. We're definitely going to post it on our website and social networks. And we really do thank you for being here on the show.
Yo, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. And, I appreciate you supporting the movement, because that's exactly what it is. And we are about to come full speed ahead.
Most definitely. And before I let you go, can you do a quick radio drop? You can do it any way you like, just as long as you mention KEMPIRE Radio in the drop.
Okay, cool.
And go.
What up, y'all? My name is Jaiden. They call me The Cure, and I'm chilling on KEMPIRE Radio. Yeah.
Thanks, Jaiden. Thank you so much for taking time. I know you're busy, on your grind.
No problem.